track reviews.
All right, hey everyone, Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. I hope you are doing well, and it's time for a track review. This one from Mr. Scott Miss Cudi, aka Kid Cudi. Do What I Want. This is a track from his forthcoming project, Intergalactic, which is also going to be attached to a television, a Netflix TV series of the same name. It's going to be interesting because, you know, honestly, with people like Tim Shamalamana and Jessica Williams in the mix, and the animation style, it looks like a cool series. It looks pretty cool. Looks pretty neat. I would be down to check it out if I had the time around the time that it drops. I guess we'll see. But with that being said, you know, I suppose like there is the potential for this project, Intergalactic, the musical side of it anyway, to be as essential as any other Kid Cudi album. But I suppose there's also the possibility that it could end up just sounding sort of like a bit of a passion project, you know, because it's just kind of attached to a TV series. Either way, I'm hoping the single's a banger. I'm hoping this single is fantastic. It's especially going to be interesting to see maybe where Kid Cudi goes next past this point, especially given the atmospheric kind of psychedelic trap vibes that we got off of Man on the Moon 3. Will he continue to embrace that, go back to an older sound, do something different beyond both those things? I guess we'll see, and I guess we'll hear now. Do What I Want. Here we go. Okay. It's pretty good. I mean, is the song getting like to the heart emotionally in the way that Kid Cudi's best and most classic tracks do? Not necessarily, but it doesn't seem like that's the point. You know, it seems like he's coming through with a straightforward banger with a really psychedelic beat. Loving the touches of synthesizers throughout this thing, just like the swirls, the colors. It's beautiful. It's quite overwhelming. It seems like Kid Cudi is smoking some weed. As a result of that, it seems like the vibes and the feels on this track are kind of loose. Kid Cudi is feeling a little loose on this one, and that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. As long as the flow is steady, which it is on this track, it just kind of seems like lyrically he starts to paint himself into a corner a little bit toward the end, and do what I want, like as a hook, is just kind of okay. It's just kind of okay. There's not a whole lot of variation to the instrumental, though it's not entirely necessary because it doesn't really extend itself out that far time-wise, and it is a beautiful little loop. Like the synth loops on this track are mwah, 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 mwah. I suppose in a way you could argue that the production does carry quite a bit because it kind of saves Cudi from having to come together with a chorus that would actually sort of smash. But as kind of a one-dimensional trap banger with a lot of color and a solid flow and a groove that makes you bob your head, it's decent. You kind of want to listen to it at least more than a couple times. It doesn't sound like literally every single other thing that's out there. You know, it's a formula, but Cudi put his own little spin on it. I don't know. This doesn't exactly say to me like next level beyond Man on the Moon 3, or even that Cudi is really kind of moving out of that phase, you know, which I don't entirely blame the guy, because a lot of what we're hearing now in terms of this style of trap music, a lot of that is owed to Kid Cudi, you know. So I don't think it's entirely a bad thing for him to come back around and kind of cash in on that and just say like, hey, I'm going to ride this wave now, because like literally this wave wouldn't even be here without me. So I'm just going to fucking swim in this shit for as long as it makes sense to. And it kind of seems like according to this single, according to this track for Kid Cudi, it still kind of makes sense to. I mean, hopefully the deeper cuts of this forthcoming project, again, attached to the Netflix series, will have a bit more to offer. But as far as a light bop, this thing isn't too bad. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Did you love this thing? Did you hate it? Why? What do you think I should review next? Over here next to my head, it's another video you can check out. Hit up that link to subscribe to the channel, and we will see you in the next one. Anthony Fantano, Kid Cudi, of Forever.